let's listen into a discussion by my colleague Sneha Koshy with Zomato CEO Deepinder Goyal defending the delivery model, while AIIMS doctor sounding the alarm on the human cost gig workers pay for the speed.
What's your objection really at this point when this post has been put out? What made you join? Because you would usually not have doctors take sides like this. It's a debate at a very different level, a lot of back and forth over this 10 minutes delivery. But what is your objection really at this point?
See, first of all, thank you for having me on your show and sharing my insights. First of all, I have worked at AIIMS for almost 5 years, and at the trauma center, wherein we see tons of patients coming every month, we have seen a huge amount of this gig workers in the last couple of years turning up in an accident on the highway or on an accident which could be easily preventable if they were a little bit more careful not driving. And we have seen people in really disastrous states with fractures in their hands, in their heads, and even lives have been lost. In fact, if you look at multiple surveys which have been done by sociologists in this, 86% of delivery workers actually don't really want this model. They oppose this model.
No.
And almost, yeah.
Dr. Suvrankar, but here's a question. You are talking about a very important point, and that is about how gig workers have been treated at trauma centers. But is this really about the 10-minute delivery, or what you say is incentivizing fast delivery, which Deepinder doesn't agree to? He's saying that's not the model. Or is it a larger concern about the dangerous roads where two-wheelers by any chance is a very dangerous proposition? Do you see the two different? Are you particularly talking about the 10-minute delivery, or are you largely talking about the dangerous roads?
See, in India, none of us can disagree that the roads are pathetic in a lot of places, right? But we also cannot just neglect the fact that a lot of the accidents happen because of rash driving. And the 10-minute deliveries, now the CEOs are saying that they don't incentivize as such on paper, but the algorithms work in a way in that any gig worker who is working for that platform, if they do not have certain number of gigs completed, the algorithm decreases the number of gigs being given to that worker. So not to be on the side of the algorithm wherein he decreases his income daily by doing a slow work, a gig worker would want to be rash and deliver it as soon as possible so that the algorithm gives him more work, so and he can earn more money. Now this is a system which has been enabled by the algorithms which are being followed by these particular players. And even if they tell them that we do not incentivize on paper what they are claiming, the algorithms which are being created and used by these players are in fact majorly and for a significant role are responsible for the accidents which are happening.
Dr. Datta, what have you seen during your time at the AIIMS Trauma Center? What have you seen? Have you spoken to gig workers? Have they told you something? What have you seen?
Absolutely. So, I have spoken to the gig workers when I was at AIIMS last year. And at that point of time, the algorithms were fairly different, and 10-minute deliveries had just started to come up, and they actually wanted the workers to do the 10-minute deliveries. Right now, they have changed a little bit, and they have created a non-disincentivization
No, Dr. Datta, I'm asking my question again. I'm trying to understand, what have you seen at the AIIMS Trauma Center? What algorithm they use, what the app does? I think we leave it to the specialists there. We are trying to understand. You have made a point on social media that you have treated and seen many gig worker patients at the trauma center. Yes. What have you seen? How have you treated them?
We have seen people during the delivery coming to us who have just have accidents on the roads, on the highways, while they were on their way to give a delivery. Now, I was not there behind that gig worker to see whether they are speeding or not, but what I have seen is that in the last couple of years, there has been a tremendous increase in the number of people who work for Swiggy, Blinkit and Zomato who are turning up to the AIIMS Trauma Center, which was not the case previously.
Okay, the last question, Dr. Datta. there are so many aspects to what we are discussing. And as a doctor, as you speak, you are talking about patients, gig workers who are coming to the hospital, which really may be because of the 10 minutes delivery, may not be, maybe because of speeding, may not be. And it could be gig workers or it could be just about anybody else, Dr. Datta. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. But number of gig workers have been increasingly being admitted at AIIMS.
Okay.
That's a fact which you cannot deny.
Right.